Hi friends, I'm Brynne and welcome back to my channel. I honestly can't believe we're already halfway through the year. Mentally, I'm probably stuck somewhere in between February and March. But here we are doing my mid-year wrap-up. I thought this would be a fun way for me to talk about the books that I was obsessed with, the things that just didn't hit the way that I wanted them to, and the books that actually surprised me. So, shall we get into it? The best book of the year for me so far has been Tourist Season by Brynne Weaver. I absolutely couldn't put this book down. It was so good. I loved the banter between the characters. I just thought the town was so quirky. Like, it's literally called Cape Carnage. There was so much tension in between these characters that you could literally cut it with a knife. No pun intended. Um, but I just thought that Harper and Nolan were some of the quirkiest serial killers that I've ever read before. And I think that's what made this such a standout for me. I have a dark sense of humor, so I think this book really resonated with me, especially like Harper, because um there's like a scene where she's like she she loves a good wood chipper, let's just say that. And she was like, you get a wood chipper, you get a wood chipper, you get a wood chipper. And I thought that was absolutely comical because in my mind, I probably shouldn't be admitting this, but I think the same thing sometimes. Who knew a book about serial killers could be so entertaining? If you would have told me at the start of 2026 that this would have been my top read so far of the year, I probably would have been like, no, like I don't foresee this, but this definitely, I still think about it. Like, honestly, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still like talking about it to friends and telling them about, this book. And honestly, I can't wait to read book two. The best sequel I've read this year was Twisted Pawn by LJ Shen. She absolutely killed it. I was cautiously optimistic about this one because I really liked Bad Bishop. And there's always that like concern in the back of your mind that the second book isn't going to live up to the hype of the first book, but she absolutely delivered. What I really liked about this one was that Achilles was not a likable character at the start of this book. And well, I mean, Tierney, who is the FMC in this book, was also a handful, but I liked the fact that there was a lot of growth in this one, which is not something you typically see in a mafia romance. Also, really liked the fact that they matched each other's crazy. Like, there is a scene in this book where they're trying to kill each other and they're literally beating the hell out of each other, but yet they're like so concerned about each other. And it's the cutest thing, but it's also the funniest thing. And I also love like the humor that she always adds into her books at like the most like diabolical way, where it's like should be like a super serious moment and there's like this little touch of humor in it. And I really like that about her books. This girl is jumping out of a dumpster trying to kill this man, and it has me going, aw, how sweet. He didn't actually do it. What is my most anticipated read of 2026? I think it would probably be Fallen Rook by LJ Shen as well. It's an romance and the third book in her Society of Villains series. I just love the worlds that she creates. And every time I sit down with one of her books, it literally just sucks me in. So I think I'm just really excited to see what she does with these characters because we see them in Achilles and Tierney's book, which is like the last book, which was Twisted Pawns. The setup that we got of these characters, I'm just really intrigued on what the dynamic is going to be between the two of them. Biggest disappointment of 2026 was Roped by Saffron Kent. It's an arc read for me at the time of recording this. I don't think it's actually out yet. It comes out sometime in August, but it was just a kind of a letdown for me. I just felt that it was really repetitive and I just wasn't engaged. Had it been shorter, I think I would have loved it more. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. Surprise of the year. I think that would have to go to Anonymous Acts by Christina C. Jones. I love a good romantic suspense and I love a good Catherine Cowles book. So I was pleasantly surprised when I picked up Anonymous Acts by Christina C. Jones because this was the first time that I felt that another author could give Catherine Cowles like a run for her money. Because in a Catherine Cowles book, you never 100% know who the killer is going to be in her books. And I got the same vibe and same energy in Anonymous Acts. And I was guessing right up until the 90% mark on who the killer was in this. And that doesn't happen very often for me. I usually pick up on the vibe of like who the killer is, or I have like some sort of notion. So I loved the fact that, you know, Anonymous Acts kept me guessing. Also really liked the fact that her characters are very complex. Like they feel like real people with real life problems. And it definitely made the story that much more enjoyable and engaging. Favorite new to me author is A.N. Boyden. He is a new to me indie author. I first found her when I read One But You. And that was actually my first 5-star read of the year. But I really fell in love with her books when I started her Nanny series. Characters are always flawed, but I also love the fact that they're like not afraid to grovel. And I also love how the found family trope is used in this series. Also created a cute little community amongst each other. Favorite character or fictional crush would have to be Orion Sterling from Hostile Takeover by Christina C. Jones. When I tell you, this man is the definition of when I see in the dictionary, my wife, I see Orion Sterling because this man was like, my wife, my wife, my wife. And I ate it up every single time. It was so good. He was so yummy. He was charming. He was hot. He was a billionaire. I 1000% get why the FMC Nalani gave in the way that she did because, girl, same. Girl, wrap it up. I'm just going to leave it at that because I think that you should read about this man for yourself. And also, I need somebody else to talk about it with. Books that made me cry. I'm a bit of a tin man. I know that sounds awful, but like I don't really cry in books. But the one book that got me this year was Love Wells Kept by Bailey Hannah. I was crying within 80 pages of that. I typically hate the amnesia trope. I think what sold this for me was the fact that Bailey Hannah made this into a marriage in crisis. And we got to see glimmers of this couple in all her other books. And you were like, they have a really good foundation. And to see in this book, you know, one traumatic brain injury and basically your entire life has been changed. Like this man doesn't remember you. He doesn't remember the fact that he has kids and she's not going to give up on him. And it was just really heartbreaking to see him struggle with the fact that he's like, I'm never going to be the person that I once was. And for his wife to come to the fact that, you know, he isn't going to be the same person that she married. So it was really nice watching them reconnect and rebuild their relationship. And I think that is what really touched me in this book. What book do you need to read by the end of 2026? For me, I think that's going to be, I have two, I think. I Medusa by Ayana Gray, and I want to read that one because one, I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I always do love a good Greek mythology retelling, and I'm just really curious on like what this new take is going to be. And I'm curious to see how the author is going to humanize her in comparison to the monster that we've all come to know. And my second book that I want to read is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. And the only reason why I want to read that is because Prime is coming out with the new is it a movie or show? I don't know. I think in September, and I really want to read it before it comes out. And that's it. That was my quick mid-year check-in. I can't wait to see, when I do this at the end of the year, um, if things will change, if I've actually read the things that I've said I was going to read, or if like my favorite book of the year has changed by the end of the year. But I'm looking forward to it. But thank you for stopping by. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.